I've made over $250,000 online with the help of YouTube, and as a matter of fact, this is just one of our channels that we run doing nearly $180,000 off of ad revenue with almost 20 million views. And then we also run digital products on the side. This one did about $113,000 within the last 12 months alone. And with that being said, I think that's already well over 250,000. We also run sponsorships. With all that being said, the YouTube game is changing in 2025 and beyond. And so this is exactly what I would do if I had to start a brand new faceless channel from scratch and then grow that to 10K per month. Follow this video, lock it in and put it into full screen. If you can't even stay focused for 10, 20 minutes, then you honestly are a lost cause and no one's gonna be able to help you. The very first thing that you have to focus on is making sure that you build a freelancer team with Upwork. Never use Fiverr. This is no hate towards Fiverr. I've hired on both platforms, and I'm telling you single-handedly from experience for the last 3 years of doing YouTube automation, 2 years I mean, Fiverr gives you the worst freelancers with the worst voiceovers, and they charge the highest amounts. On top of that, Fiverr individuals are super slow. It's crazy. They get the project's done after 3 days, three revisions, and then they end up charging you a lot more dollars than if you hired off of Upwork. And on top of that, the fees on Fiverr, you have to pay Fiverr like a really fat percentage, and overall, you're losing money. Your profit margins are going to be low. Your work is not going to be good. I've done it both. Upwork is always hands down the best place for you to hire and fire freelancers. Does that make sense? If you don't hire off of Upwork, you are literally losing money and you're literally losing profit margins. And so unless you want to just have a failed business, go on Upwork. That's the best. Number two, very, very important. You have to pick a concept that you know genuinely works on YouTube. If you were to make a, football niche, celebrity news niche, gaming niche, whatever, do a little bit more research before you go in all in on a niche, because that's genuinely the most important. It doesn't even have to be a niche. It could just be like a concept that works, because a lot of evergreen channels, which I personally run, are nicheless. We don't post specific content in a computer or digital product or digital whatever. We just create content that people always need to watch. So look at the concept. Do you want to get your views mostly from search or browse? Those are very, very two concepts, and both of them work, but you got to choose which one you want to do. If you want to do browse content, okay, now you have to figure out what niche you want to go in, because niche actually matters when you're creating browse content, because to put it into a nutshell, you're creating videos for a fan base, an audience, build subscribers, build loyalty. That's what browse is. What evergreen is, which is also in other terms a searchable based channel, you're creating content that already has a demand. You're creating content that people already need to watch, and you're not going to be building a fan base off of that, because every single content could be different, and yet there's still going to be individuals looking for that content. Does that make sense? So choose what concept that you want to work. Personally, because I'm biased and because I've already made multi-six figures off of evergreen, highly suggest that. If you don't want to do that, up to you. I've also known individuals who made multi-six figures off of browse. I just personally prefer evergreen. So pick a concept that you know works. Once you found a niche, let's just say for whatever reason you got into evergreen, just like me. Perfect. Now we go on to step 3. You have to handpick 3 to 5 competitor channels. I don't know why my hand says 1. Once you find 3 to 5 competitor channels, you have to make sure that every single competitor channel is below 5,000 subscribers, because you're probably starting on a channel from scratch. You shouldn't start from a dead channel. That's another thing. If you have a channel previously that was in a different niche, but it has a lot of subscribers, so you choose to start on that one, you're literally losing money, because those are dead subscribers. They're not going to be willing to watch your current content. Overall, it's a lot better to start fresh, and YouTube also favors and pushes out fresh channels a lot more than dead channels from ages ago. Don't do that. Once you've found 3 to 5 competitor channels that are actually similar to your size, preferably not millions of views, maybe like you want them to have a couple of videos though that has genuinely pretty decent views, 5-figure views, 6-figure views. But if all their content is like millions of views and then they have tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of subscribers, you're not going to be able to do better than them anytime soon. So you have to make sure that you find 3 to 5 small competitor channels, preferably under 10K subs, but even better if it's even less. And then you have to start studying them and using whatever works on them, shift it over to your channel. But I have to go more in depth on how you can actually copy them. You don't want to copy them word for word or, content for content. And I'll show you exactly how you can. My light is tripping. All right, ignore it. Anyways, step number 4, you have to study their packaging on their most viral videos. If you're new here, you don't know what packaging means. It essentially is the title or the thumbnail Both of them usually, because that's the packaging of the content. That's the most important because that's what sells that click. If no one's clicking on your content, you can have the best video ideas, the best video actual content, and not get any views at all, simply because you don't know how to package it right. Look at their most viral videos, their top viewed videos. What kind of patterns can you find? Do they only have text? Do they not even have any text? What kind of colors do they use? What's the format of the thumbnails? How do they title their titles? Do they have any capital words? Do they have any brackets? How many words or how long are the titles? Study and find patterns that you can find across all of your competitor channels, or just ones that work on their most viral videos, okay? So once you figure out what kind of packagings and what kind of concepts actually do good, whether that be having a brighter background on your thumbnails, or having all your titles capital locks, or having some sort of brackets on all your titles, figure out what you have to do to be just like theirs. But obviously don't copy their titles word for word, letter for letter, because then you're just going to be another clone and diluted version of theirs. So make yours different, but make sure that the format is the same. And that leads on to step number 5. Copy their video format, not content. The reason why videos go viral on their channel and just in any of YouTube is because the format works. It's not actually the content itself and what words they are saying or what pieces of layouts and video structures are presenting to the viewer. It's the format. So what do they have at the start of the video? What do they have at the middle length of the video? And then what kind of content do they have at the end? Do they have any hooks during the videos, or is it all just a straight, simple process step by step? What's the structure and how do they format their video content? That's what you have to focus on. So let's say you're creating videos about, actually no, I'll show you in this example later on, but let's say you're creating a video about watching football videos as an example. How to watch football videos on your little iPhone, or how to watch football videos on your computer. If the most popular video on the competitor channel is going straight into, in this video, I'll show you how to do XYZ, and then they have a very basic screen recording of them showing you the process on how to do XYZ, do you know what you have to do? You have to copy their format, which is going to be going right into the video topic, doing a screen recording, and you're not going to be able to do better than them by filming an IRL content video. Does that make sense? Because what works was a screen recording and going right into the video, not filming yourself live on camera, asking to subscribe at the start. Just copy the format. But now what you say is a lot more different. Do not just copy them word for word, because then they're going to click off immediately. They're going to know that you're literally just exactly what I want to copy. As there's no reason for us to do better than theirs then. So say something else, but the format has to be the same. I gotta repeat myself 6 times, and so if you still don't know what that means, you're an idiot. But you should know what everything means, okay? Now, this is the most important part. Once you copy the proven format and structure of the video that genuinely works, you have to make yours more enticing to click on. Does that make sense? Because why would anyone click on yours when it's less enticing? If you have less subscribers, doesn't really matter. Make your thumbnails better, make it brighter, add more meaning or, convincing to make the viewer want to click on yours over theirs. Whether that just be adding the word new in your titles or making sure that your titles are like bolder, capitalizing all of it, make it stand out more, make it stick out like a sore thumb, okay? Now I'm going to show you an example, okay? Even the content itself, because if you have really great packaging, good, but make sure that you also give them a reason to watch yours because your content itself is either better quality or just more entertaining overall. So right over here, I have this random search term, how to watch live sports on Disney Plus. Very evergreen topic. There's probably a lot of individuals who would want to watch, and there's going to be a demand for this. Now you can see this video is very, very popular. 28,000 views, 19K subscribers. So this is probably one of the best videos within this niche. Watch ESPN on Disney Plus, right? Now, if I click on this content, you can actually see that the overall content of this video is literally just text. And then there's also a voiceover as well, which is just him talking. So if that was the concept and format for the most viral video within this specific niche, I guess. Now, take a look at this channel. So this guy has a lot less subscribers, and he's going to be competing against this video right over here. But this one's already more enticing to click on and will do better over time because he has the word updated 2025. A lot better than just 2025. This is updated, it's newer, it's more relevant, and it's more enticing to click on. That's the first thing. His packaging is better, right? Secondly, let's click on this content actually. You can actually see that it's a lot better of a content overall because he's actually showing the steps via doing the process over this video rather than just explaining via text. So his content itself is not only better, but his face right over, he literally has a fucking face cam, like me. He's showing how hot he is. That builds more trust. That gives people more authenticity, and thus he will actually do better. This video got 12 views in 6 days, but watch how many views this will get 6 months later, 12 months later. I guarantee you, in just a matter of time, that this video will actually do better than whatever this piece of content was. Because it's simply better, the same format, but just more enticing to click on, and the overall content is better. Does that make sense? Clap your hands twice if that makes sense. Comment down below, idiot, if that makes sense. If you don't comment idiot down below, that means it doesn't make sense. Hopefully it does, though. All right, back to the slideshow. So once you make yours more enticing to click on and you actually make your content better, but keeping the format the same, we have to go into step number 7. You have to aim for one outlier video to get over 10,000 views within your first 10 to 30 videos. This light is really bugging me, so let me just do this. Hopefully that's better. All right, please. That should be good. All right, aim. Oh my goodness. Let's keep it like that. So if you're posting, let's say, 30 videos on your channel across the last 2 months, it's pretty difficult for one video to get 10,000 views within your first 2 months, okay? It's possible for sure, but give it some time. I'm not saying it should get 10K views immediately, because that's probably not going to happen. But if, let's say, 3 months to 6 months later, you don't have a single video hit 10,000 views after posting well over 10 to 30 videos on your channel, you have to analyze what's going on, because it usually always happens when you're doing everything right that one of your videos within the first 30 bit will get 5 figures. Is it the wrong niche that you're posting in? Is your concept suck? Is the format bad? Is your competitor channels bad? Or is it actually your video content and your video packaging that's bad? So the way you can analyze this is by going obviously over to your competitor channels. How good are they doing? Are their recent videos still performing very, very good? Are they still growing in subscribers, growing in overall daily views? You use Social Blade to check that. Look at the trajectory of their competitor channels' growth on Social Blade. And then look at the niche overall. Is it niche on an upward trend? Is it stable or is it downward? If it's stable or uprising, you're chilling. But if it's going down because it's a trend that died out, for example, fidget spinners, then that means you picked the wrong niche. But if everything looks great and then it's just your content and your video that's not doing good, that's your problem. Fix your freaking video. Your video's probably ass. Your thumbnails are probably ass. Figure out why your video is not getting a good enough view count. And most likely, you have to always check the CTR, which is how much How much individuals are clicking on your content versus actually seeing your content from scrolling down the homepage. So if your CTR, which you can check in your analytics, is above 10%, great, amazing, you should get views. If it's below 10%, analyze why. Is it below 5%? That means you're just straight up ass, you're dog water. If it's between 5 to 10%, you're doing something right, but something has to be fixed. Your thumbnail might not be bold enough, or it's just not as enticing to click on. Maybe you got too much content going on within your thumbnail. That's a very common mistake I see. They add too much stuff on the thumbnail, and more doesn't mean better. Simple means better. You want your thumbnail to complement the title and not be a one-on-one copy, and you also don't want there to be too much elements within it, or else people are just gonna get confused. That definitely makes sense. So let me know if that makes sense. On top of that, look at your average retention rate. Are individuals watching your content for at least half of the video? Because if they are, that's a good sign. But if people are clicking off after the first 20 seconds and your whole video is like 6 minutes long, your content in the first 20 seconds was super, super bad, and that means that it was not meeting expectations to what the viewer thought. As long as you meet expectations within the first 20 seconds to the thought, thumbnail and title, they're going to stay watching. You met their expectations, but the only reason why they click off is not because it's boring, not because it's uninteresting, but because they didn't meet the expectations of what the viewer wanted to. So make sure that you somewhat show them that this is actually the right video for them to watch because they clicked on it. And then after that, later on in the content, it doesn't matter as much. You just have to get them hooked within the first bit. Figure out why. Make sure that you actually get at least one video to over 10,000 views, because if you don't, your channel's not going to ever grow. If you do, though, and you got onto step number 7, you figure out you got the right niche, you got the right packaging, you figured out content, you got a video over 10,000 views, then what you want to do is go into step 8, which is to remake but not re-upload your outlier content. Outlier content, for those who don't know, for those who are idiots, is simply just videos that do better than the rest. If your average video gets 36 views and then one video got 482 views, why would you just completely try a different one and ignore it? make more videos related to that 482 views. If you had a video content about watching live sports on Disney Plus, that video got 482 views, make more about how to watch live sports on another fucking streaming device. Or make a video about how to watch live sports or something else on Disney Plus. How to watch Barbie on Disney Plus. I don't know. Make videos similar to it. You can even remake that topic. But if you were to remake that video topic and exact title, please make a different content. Don't just re-upload it, because there's then no reason for it to do better, because the first original piece of content already has more data to work with. YouTube already favors it and pushes it out. Your second one is not going to do as good. So don't re-upload the exact same bullshit one-on-one. Just remake it, make it better, make the content better, make your titles a little bit better. That's what really doubling down means when you're to copy what works, right? Number 9, sharpen up your freelancer team. At this point, you should have nailed down your content idea, your content structure, and the only thing that's really taking you or preventing you from getting to the next level is having a fire-ass voiceover, making sure that the first 5 seconds or the editing is really good, make sure that the thumbnail and packaging is also locked in. So make sure that you have top of the top best packaging. Look at the biggest channels now within your industry. What kind of packagings are they doing? What kind of thumbnail structures are they doing? Copy them. Make sure that your thumbnail is just as good and your video content quality is just as good. Maybe even hire a freelancer that can show their face, like that other channel I just showed you. If they have a face cam, it brings more authenticity. It makes the quality of the content better and more engaging as well. Make sure that their voiceover and mic quality is really, really top notch, or else if it's low quality or if it's AI, everyone's going to click off. High quality genuinely matters, but make sure it's authentic as well. So you don't want to have too much editing to make it the next Mr. Beast, or then people are going to feel fake, or, authenticity matters a lot. And then number 10, increase volume. When you have the best freelancer locked in, you have everything locked in, bro, the only thing that's stopping you from scaling then is not better content, because you only get your content to so good. It's not a better niche because you already locked in on a niche. It's not going to even be thumbnail packaging because you already probably have the best freelancer. It's just increasing your overall volume. Whether that be posting more content on your video, posting daily or every other day, or just starting up another channel. That's how you scale, and you have to increase your output. Increase your input, because your output is directly correlated with your input. And to maximize your output, which is your revenue, you have to make sure that your input is maximized in terms of overall leverage and overall volume. Volume is super simple. There's more ammo, more pumps, more videos, and leverage is views, RPM, freelancer team, quality, all that good stuff. And we already got leverage locked in, so now all we have to do is focus on the volume of production. And this is when I suggest starting a second channel. When you start a second channel, do the exact same thing from 8 to 9, 1 to 9 over again. And then also, because you will have a lot of views coming in on your channel, create another email just for brand deals and sponsorships. People will reach out to you, you tell them your rate, charge more than you're willing to, charge a lot, charge like $1,000 per video. Boom, you're gonna land one, make an extra few thousand per month, just like creating one video. Super simple, easy money, and that's it. So that's exactly what I would do. Watch this video as many times as you can, so that way you can actually know and do the right tangible steps to grow your channel from absolutely zero in 2025 to then eventually $10,000 per month. That's it. Don't have a course to sell you, but if you want one-on-one mentorship and have a call directly with me and my team to see how we can help you scale towards 5 figures per month or higher, I'll have a link somewhere in the description of this video. Or if you're just brand new to the space, you have no clue what the fuck to do, you have no clue where to begin, I have also a free video training for you to watch, also somewhere link in the description, so click on that link. And with that being said, promo's over. I'm gonna watch you guys in the next video. Peace.